Naranasan mo na bang makakita o makaramdam ng multo o kaya ng alleged psychic phenomena tulad ng telepathy? Tara, pag-usapan natin yan sa parapsychology. Here is the table of contents. First, who is Robert Tulles? Robert Tulles, a British psychologist and Cambridge scholar, was one of the leading figures in the effort to apply scientific rigor to the study of parapsychology phenomena. During the last quarter of the 20th century, his work became instrumental in shaping parapsychology into a more methodological, respectable discipline. Scientific approach to parapsychology. Tulles consistently emphasized the necessity of applying empirical and statistical methods to parapsychological research. He advocated for repeatable, well-controlled experiments, particularly in the fields of telepathy, clairvoyance, and precognition, arguing that parapsychology should be held to the same scientific standards as psychology and other sciences. His commitment to methodological rigor aimed to legitimize parapsychology as a credible scientific discipline and distinguish it from pseudo-scientific claims. What? It is scientific revolution? Well, here's the answer. The conviction that what is important now is to find out more about the nature of ESP has strengthened by T.S. Kuhn's book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, published in 1962. He stated that, in the fact that we have experimental results that are unexpected and inexplicable, we have in parapsychology a situation favorable to a profitable advance in theory. So, Kuhn argues that this is characteristic of all the advances in scientific theory, which he calls scientific revolutions. As stated sa last slide, ano nga ba ang ESP? Ito ay extrasensory perception. So, ano ito? It refers to the scientific investigation of abilities that appear to go beyond the non-human senses, such as telepathy or mind-to-mind communication, clairvoyance or perceiving distant or hidden objects, precognition or predicting future events, and psychokinesis, which is influencing objects with the mind. This area of study, often associated with parapsychology, gained momentum in the early 20th century, particularly through the work of researchers like J.B. Ryan and later R.H. Tulles. Although ESP remains controversial, proponents argue that it warrants empirical investigation using rigorous scientific methods to test its validity and potential implications for understanding human consciousness and cognition. So, here are the 3 examples of ESP. Ito yung ginawa kong example kasi ito yung laging pinag-uusapan. So, first, telepathy or mind-to-mind communication. So, telepathy is purported ability to transfer thoughts, feelings, or information directly from one person's mind to another without using the known sensory channels or physical interaction. So, studies on telepathy typically involve controlled experiments such as card guessing or the Ganzfeld procedure, where a sender attempts to mentally transmit information to a receiver in a separate location. Despite mixed results and ongoing skepticism within the broader scientific community, researchers like R.H. Tulles have argued for the importance of applying rigorous experimental methods to test telepathic claims and separate genuine phenomena from chance or bias. Next is clairvoyance or perceiving distant or hidden objects. Sa Tagalog, panghuhula. So, clairvoyance is the claimed ability to gain information about an object, person, location, or event through means beyond the non-human senses. Unlike telepathy, which involves mind-to-mind communication, clairvoyance refers to the perception of distant or hidden targets without prior knowledge or sensory cues. In parapsychological research, clairvoyance is often tested using controlled experiments where participants attempt to describe or identify targets such as cards or images placed in sealed envelopes or distant rooms. And lastly, precognition is the alleged ability to gain knowledge of a future event before it happens, without using any logical inference or current sensory information. So for example, ang pinaka-well-known na precognition nito sa Pilipinas is si Rudy Baldwin. So, it is one of the most debated forms of extrasensory perception as it challenges conventional understandings of time and causality. In experimental settings, precognition is often tested by asking participants to predict outcomes of randomly generated events such as the order of cards or numbers that will be selected in the future. Huh? psi phenomena? Well, psi phenomena refers to experiences or abilities that are considered to fall outside the scope of mainstream scientific understanding, particularly in relation to extrasensory perception and psychokinesis. The term psi, pronounced as psi, is a neutral label coined by researchers in parapsychology to describe these occurrences without assuming a specific mechanism or explanation. Next is the survival hypothesis and the coded message. One of the Tullis' most unique contribution was his test of survival. He created a coded message before his death, the key to which was kept secret, with the intention that if any medium or psychic after his death could correctly reveal the code, it might serve as evidence for personal survival after death. This test reflects Tullis' cautious but open-minded stance toward life after death claims. Next is theoretical and epistemological reflections. Tullis was also known for his philosophical humility. He acknowledges the limits of what could be proven in parapsychology and stressed the importance of replication and scientific conservatism. His writings frequently address the difficulty of establishing paranormal phenomena within a skeptical scientific community, and he warned against accepting weak evidence or anecdotal claims. Parapsychology can be science? Well, parapsychology can be considered a science but only under strict conditions. For parapsychology to qualify as a science, it must follow the core principles of scientific method, such as empirical testing, replication, falsifiability, and peer review. However, mainstream science remains skeptical because many parapsychological findings have not been reliably replicated, and the mechanisms behind such phenomena are poorly understood or challenge established physical laws, such as causality or information transfer without energy exchange. So, while parapsychology can operate scientifically, it is often seen as proto-scientific or on the margins of science due to unresolved methodological and theoretical issues. For conclusion, Robert Tullis played a pivotal role in elevating parapsychology from a fringe interest to a more scientifically grounded field. Through his commitment to empirical rigor, collaboration and controlled experiments in extrasensory perception, and philosophical openness balanced by a scientific caution, Tullis set a standard for how anomalous phenomena should be studied. His innovative survival hypothesis and methodological contributions reflect both his intellectual curiosity and his insistence on critical scrutiny. While his work did not resolve all controversies, in parapsychology established a framework for how such research could be meaningfully pursued within the bounds of scientific inquiry. So, additional dun sa tanong ko kanina, kung naranasan mo nang makakita o makaramdam ng multo, it falls also under the parapsychology, which is apparitional experiences. So, experiencing this is a subtopic in parapsychology. However, parapsychology aims to study this claim scientifically. So, kung gusto mo makaramdam or patunayan na nakaramdam ka ng multo, kailangan mo mag-paranormal activity. That would be all. Thank you for your attention.